warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wabihi nasta'inu ala umuri dunia wadin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya wal mursalin Sayyidina wa habibina Muhammadin amma ba'du. Dear lecture of Father and all the audience we love, first of all, let us deepen our praise and praise to Allah present. It is because of His grace that we are able to gather here instead of hell. Secondly, salawat and greeting us bestowed upon our great Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who was guided and guided us from ignorance to the knowledge file, word such as afternoon this time. As for the presentation material that will be discussed this afternoon is the use of foundation. This presentation will be divided into 4 sessions. The first session is opening, the second session is introduction, third session of material delivery, the fourth session closing. For the opening, let's open the presentation this time by reading the basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you. Next, I will introduce the member of the group. I personally am the moderator and finalist. My name is Teguh Andrianto.
Hello, my name is Cece Karyono. I'm a material delivery.
Halo, my name is Ade Iskandar Hidayat. I am a material delivery.
Hello, my name is Edi Permana. I am a material delivery.
And my name is Cahya Ramdhani. I am material delivery.
Alright, after I passed the presentation rule earlier, I then passed it on to my colleague as the first presenter to the present material. To open one, please. Alright, after I passed the presentation rule earlier, I then passed it on to my colleague as the first presenter to present the presentation material. To open, please.
Understanding and foundation function. Building foundation is the most important contraction is a building because the foundation function. Above all the burden that is above in the force. The foundation is part of the structure that function to carry the supporting soil layers below. In a structure, the burden that occurs either due to own vigor, the burden of the plant must be cancelled into a supporting this case in the soil under the structure. Reinforced is the most suitable material is a foundation of reinforced construction or steel building bricks, tower, and other structure. The load from the column action on the foundation must be spread to the land legs enough to that the soil can shoulder the load safely. If the compression stress excess the allowable pressure, I can use the help of fire to help birth the compression stress of the wall and column of the contraction. Recruitment for foundation planning. By taking into account the factor is choice, the type of foundation, there are also general condition of foundation. The depth, number 1, the depth must be success to avoid later soil movement from under the foundation specialist for the plant foundation and roof foundation. 2. The depth must below area of social volume change by freezing the wing and plant growth. 3. The system must be safe from overheating, letting, drilling, or shifting the ground. 4. The system must be safe from corrosions of damage caused by hazard substance content in the soil. 5. The system must be able to have to some things in condition of file geometry during the implement process to the wall. 6. The installing method must be economical possible. 7. Above ground movement and differential movement must be tolerant and foundation element and upper building element. 8. The foundation and construction must meet the standard requirement for environmental protection. Next, selection of foundation based on support. If hard soil is location of the ground should up to or 3 meter below ground level, the type of foundation is a shallow foundation. If hard soil is location at depth about 10 meter or more below the surface of soil, the type of foundation, the foundation of the municipal soil. If hard soil location is 2 to 3 meter up below the soil, the type of foundation of foundation of fire. Land carrying capacity standard according the Indonesia regulation for building in 1983R. The criteria for carrying space of land we demonstrate. Simple testing for on a land meter 1 centimeter kali centimeter when we give long of 5 will be desire of collect.
Thanks to publisher 1. First, for the presenting the material, next to second publisher, please.
I will continue the discussion. Type of foundation. The shape of the foundation is determined by the weight of the building and condition of soil around the building. While the depth of the foundation is determined by the location of solid soil that support the foundation. If it is located on an incline of more than if it is located on an incline of more than 10%, then the foundation of the building must be made flat or formed either with a flat bottom and top. Types of foundation are divided into 2: shallow foundation and deep foundation. 1. Shallow foundation. Shallow foundation usually made close to the ground surface. Generally, the depth of the foundation is established less than 1/3 of the width of the foundation to depth of less than 3 meters. The depth of this shallow foundation is not a standard rule, but is a good length. Basically, surface loading or other surface condition will affect the carrying capacity of shallow foundation. Shallow foundation is usually used when the surface neither too heavy nor too high. Shallow foundation is generally not suitable in compressive soil that are weak or very poor, such as backfill with density poor. Shallow foundation is also not suitable for wet soil, young soil, and alluvial deposit. And if the depth of foundation base divided by the smallest width of the foundation base is less than 4, the FB4, and if the location of the soil is good, carrying capacity of land permit to 2 kilogram centimeter 2 is relatively shallow, 0 shallow shape to measure. Then this foundation is used. Shallow foundation is also used if the building on its not too large. SIPIL was, for example, this foundation can also be used for another other public building on hard road. Included in shallow foundation are the following: street foundation, void foundation. Void foundation is support individual point loads such as structural column. The foundation of this void can be made in the form of crest, circle, square, or rectangular. This type of foundation usually consists of the reinforced concrete layer with a uniform thickness. But flat foundation can also be made in multi-level or hinged for if this foundation is needed to spread the load from heavy columns. The footprint foundation, being flat in shallow foundation, can also be used for the foundation.
Thanks to second publisher for the presentation material. Next, the third publisher, please.
Okay, I will continue the discussion. Strip foundation or strip foundation, longitudinal foundation or foundation, sometimes also called continuous foundation, is a type of foundation used to support longitudinal load or line loads. Both the support wall load or column load where the placement on column in close proximity and foundation column does not support heavy load, so the foundation read is not really needed. Longitudinal foundation or foundation can usually be made in the form of a lot with square on the jiddah. Square on the jiddah face, usually used for all foundation and vertical column. Material from this foundation can use broken slab fires, river stone, concrete, white hot reinforcement, and can also use masonry with a knot that does not support structural load. Foundation made or ref foundation. The foundation made or ref foundation is used to spread the load of the structure of a larger area, usually made to all parts of the structure. The ref foundation is used when column load or the structural load are close together and the foundation interact with each other. The ref foundation usually consists of reinforced concrete slab that extended to a specific area. The ref foundation has the advantage of reducing local state lamp where the concrete plan will compensate for the differential movement between load position. Ref foundation are of use on soft or loose soil with low durability capacity because ref foundation can spread load over a large area. Ref foundation or ref foundation. Ref foundation is a large concrete plan used to deliver the surface on or more column in several lanes. Several lane or lane with the ground used on soft soil or spacing of column very close in all directions. When using plane, the slit coincide with on one another.
Thanks to the third publisher for the presentation material. Next, to the fourth publisher, please.
I will be to continue the discussion to foundation in. Deep foundation is a foundation that is erected in a certain surface where the carrying capacity of the foundation is influenced by structural load and soil surface conditions. Deep foundations are usually installed at depth of more than 3 below ground level elevation. Deep foundation can be found in the form of fire foundation, filling wall, and cushion or compensation foundation. The deep foundation can be used to transfer the load to deeper layer to reach a certain level until the tip of soil is obtained, then support the strength of the structure of the building so that the tip of soil depth is not substable. Near the ground surface can be avoided if the two layer is soft soil and there is a deep layer of hard oil. This fill foundation is put in so that it enriches hard soil. Fill foundation, basically the same as the board fill, it's just that distribution. The basic ingredient fill using concrete that is directly plugged directly into the ground using a filling machine. We chose the end of the tiled wall resemble a nail. Therefore, the fill does not appear ready. Fill foundation are used on soft, swampy soil with small soil sigma, like groundwater condition and hard soil. Material for fill foundation are bamboo, ironwood or ironwood, steel, and reinforced concrete. Pile foundation or diagram wall. Pile foundation is a foundation for continued structural heavy load created by slip digging. Then the pile foundation structure integrated to the excavation. One advantage of pile foundation is that this type of foundation is cheaper than building a foundation with a continuous foundation depth. The only disadvantage is that if the foundation slabs that have been made experience a lack of seats, then the strength of the foundation tip does not become normal. Starter base foundation can be made from precast reinforced concrete. Caisson foundation on drill pile. Pile drill foundation is the form of the foundation that is built in the soil surface. The foundation is placed up to the depth needed by max holes with drilling system or dragging the soil. After the depth has been obtained, then the pile foundation is carried out by casting reinforced concrete against the holes that have been drilled. The drilling system can be carried out in various steps, both manual and hydraulic system. The diameter and depth of the excavation has been reinforced. Concrete reinforcement system are based on the carrying capacity of the soil and the load to be borne. The functional foundation is also almost the same as the pile foundation, which is also intended to withstand the structural load against the lift force and also help the structure in resisting the stress of the lateral force and the rolling force.
Okay, thanks to all the presenters. The next, from this presentation, there are some conclusions the will convey. Building foundation is the most important construction in a building because the foundation function is a buffer all the burden that is above it and the force, the outside force. The type of foundation are divided into two, namely shallow foundation and deep foundation. Thanks to the publisher, the audience, we finally get the last session. We hope the presentation material from our group will be helpful. Let's close the session with a reading Hamdalah long way. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. For his consideration, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.